What if the most influential person in human history was born in a place meant for animals? What if a carpenter's son could command storms, heal the blind, and raise the dead? And what if his death wasn't the end of his story, but the beginning? This is the life of Jesus Christ, from a humble birth to a brutal cross, and the mystery that still captivates billions today. Chapter 1. The birth that changed everything. Over 2,000 years ago, a young woman named Mary received an impossible message. An angel appeared and told her she would give birth to a son unlike any other. Not a king's son, not a warrior's son, the Son of God. Soon Mary and Joseph traveled to Bethlehem under the light of a strange star. But when they arrived, there was no room for them. Doors were closed. And so, the child who Christians believe created the universe was born in a manger, a feeding trough. The King of Kings entered the world unnoticed, or so it seemed. Because that very night, shepherds saw angels filling the sky. Far away, mysterious wise men noticed a strange star. Something extraordinary had happened. But danger was already coming. The shadows of a king's fear. Chapter 2. The king they wanted dead, a ruler in fear. When King Herod heard rumors of a newborn king, he was terrified. He saw a baby as a threat to his throne, so he ordered a massacre. Every young boy in Bethlehem was to be killed. But Joseph was warned in a dream, divine guidance in the night. In the darkness of night, the family escaped to Egypt, a long journey to safety. The child survived. History had failed to stop him. Safety in the land of the Nile. Chapter 3. The Silent Years. The story continues. Then the Bible becomes strangely quiet. 18 years pass with almost no details. What was Jesus doing? What was he learning? What was he preparing for? The next time we see him, everything changes. At the Jordan River. Chapter 4. The man who shocked the world. He walked among us. At about 30 years old, Jesus stepped onto the world stage, and nothing would ever be the same. He walked among fishermen, tax collectors, and ordinary people. He healed lepers with a touch, made the blind see, made the lame walk, divine restoration. And according to eyewitnesses, he even raised the dead. Crowds followed him everywhere. Thousands gathered just to hear him speak. But the more popular he became, the more powerful enemies he made. Because Jesus wasn't just performing miracles, he was making astonishing claims. Claims that divided an entire nation, the light versus the dark. Chapter 5. The miracles no one could explain, divine power revealed. One day a violent storm threatened to sink a boat. Terrified fishermen thought they were about to die. Jesus stood up, spoke a few words, and the wind stopped. The sea became calm. Another time, thousands of hungry people followed him into the wilderness. There wasn't enough food for everyone. Yet somehow a few loaves and fish fed the entire crowd, and there were leftovers. People began asking a dangerous question. Who is this man? A prophet? A teacher? A prophet? A teacher? Or something much greater? Chapter 6. The Betrayal. A dark night in the garden. Then came the night everything changed. One of Jesus' closest followers made a secret deal. For 30 pieces of silver, Judas agreed to betray him, the cost of a soul. A kiss in a garden would identify the target. Imagine that. The Son of God betrayed by a friend. As soldiers arrived, Jesus did not run. He did not fight. He surrendered. But why? Chapter 7. The Trial of the King of Kings. The religious leaders wanted him silenced. The Roman governor saw no crime deserving death. Yet the crowd demanded execution. The same city that welcomed him days earlier now shouted, "Crucify him!" The pressure grew. The verdict was delivered. Jesus would die. Finality. Chapter 8. The Cross, the weight of the world. He was beaten, mocked, humiliated, forced to carry a wooden cross through crowded streets. Then nails were driven through his hands and feet, the ultimate sacrifice. The crowd watched. His followers wept. His enemies celebrated. On a hill called Golgotha. And after hours of agony, Jesus spoke his final words. Then he died. The sky darkened. The earth shook. And many believed the story was over. But they were wrong. Chapter 9. The Mystery of the Empty Tomb. The Dawn of Hope. 3 days later, something happened that changed history forever. The tomb was empty. The stone had been moved. His followers claimed they saw him alive. He is risen. Not once, not twice, but many times, witnesses of the resurrection. The frightened disciples who had hidden suddenly became fearless. They spoke with authority. They traveled the world proclaiming one message: Jesus had risen. The light of the gospel began to spread, and that message spread across continents, empires, and centuries, a legacy that never fades. Conclusion: the greatest story ever told. A baby born in a manger, a teacher who challenged kings, a man who carried a cross, a name that still echoes around the world. Whether you see him as savior, prophet, or historical figure, one fact remains undeniable: no one has changed history like Jesus Christ. And the question people have wrestled with for over 2,000 years still remains: who is Jesus really? And what if his story isn't finished yet? Because according to the Bible, he promised to return.